Hello and welcome to another Xterra video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And on today's video I'm gonna try to do something that I haven't seen a lot of people done, which is I'm gonna try to do my side magnetic armor. Because as you can see, my truck is getting all scratched from all the branches here and there, and a lot worse over here. This I had a little accident with my friend's truck. We kind of run into each other on a trail because it was tight pass, and I was trying to pass him because his truck broke down, so I was trying to pass him to go get the parts. But anyways, I mean, maybe it's too late for my truck, but I wanted just something to prevent more damage to it. But maybe you guys want to do it so you prevent damage from the beginning. So what I want to try to do, me and my friend, we ordered some magnetic sheet which is designed to be used for signs, but I want to see if I can measure it, cut it, and use it as a protection on my truck, so whenever I go out on a trail I can just slap it on, and hopefully that's somehow gonna protect me. We ordered 50 feet of it, and this is so heavy. I did not expect this to be so heavy. But anyways, let me open up the box, let's unroll it, and let's see what I can do with it. So as you can see, it comes in a rolls. So since we ordered 50 feet, they sent us 2 rolls of 25 feet. So the material looks pretty thick, so that's a good thing. So now I'm gonna try to play with it, gonna try to do some measurements and see how I'm gonna cut this out and how is it gonna stick at all, if it's gonna stick at all. So previously I tried to do some templates from a cardboard, how they're gonna go and where they're gonna go. So this template is supposed to be over here. Now because on Xterra we have a lot of these curves, I cannot just cut the whole piece and just flatten it. It's not gonna go, so I'm probably gonna have to make multiple pieces over here. Now the driver and the passenger door probably gonna be the ones that are gonna be a full piece, which I had this kind of template cut out, so hopefully whenever it sticks it's gonna be something like that, hopefully. So now I'm just gonna lay it over here, trace it around, cut out for the handle, mark it around here and cut it, and we'll see. That's gonna be our first piece. So now I'm just with the scissors gonna try to cut it, hopefully as straight as possible, but we'll see. I mean, it might not come out perfect like anything else I do, but at least it's very easy to work with. Alright, so the first piece is done, and actually, by the way it's folded, this is the magnetic part, this is the one that's gonna go on the truck, so keep in mind you have to make 2 sets which are gonna mirror each other. But anyways, let's go put it on the truck, let's see, let's hope it fits. So this is supposed to go here, but I kinda concerned now that it might not fit or something. Okay, slide it forward a little bit. It actually sticks pretty good, so I might have to cut it more for the handle over here. And there you go, guys, the first plate is on. I mean, I kind of messed it up over here. I think I didn't cut it enough, but actually I have this one overlapping on this door a lot, so I actually need to move it more towards this way, and then I'm gonna have enough. So, and I have to cut a little bit more over here. But I think it's coming out pretty good, and it sticks pretty good. It doesn't move. It might not be perfect, might be some spots here and there, but hey, it's still better than nothing, I feel like. So now I'm gonna make a mirror image of this panel for the other side, and then I'm gonna start working on the back doors. Because of this curve over here, the full piece is probably not gonna work, or maybe I make a cut so it kind of works with it, I don't know. But I'm gonna cut it 3 feet long, and then just gonna start trimming whatever is extra. It's gonna be a little bit of a waste, but there is no other way. Alright guys, the second panel is almost done. I mean, it's not coming out perfect, which I'm not even worried about it. This is not for the looks, this is strictly for protection. I have a little bit of a gap over here because somehow I messed up with my measurements, and because I'm very limited on how much I have of it, I don't want to keep cutting more and more. But if the branches will slide, more likely they just gonna pass over it and not damage the one over there. and actually because it's soft, it actually bends over these spots over here, so I might even leave it like that, because I'm not gonna be using this on a highway. Even though I'm pretty sure it's not gonna come off, it sits pretty tight. To move it, it takes a little bit of effort to move this off, to take this off. I'm only gonna be using this on a trail, so I'm not concerned about these air gaps in here. It's not gonna fly off, and that way it's more protected. And as you can see, guys, it's just gonna slide off. So I'm pretty happy so far. So now I'm gonna work on this side, and then I can do something about this. Over here I'm gonna have to make a cutout for the snorkel, but on the passenger side I don't have to worry about it. So as always, I'm making mistakes. So I just measured this part, how much I need for over here, but I measured from here to here, and I did not accommodate for this curve over here. So if whenever the cover will go on, it will stop like over here. I will have a lot of exposure over there. So unfortunately that piece that I cut will be too short. But I unrolled the remaining of my part that I have for my truck, and this should be more than enough for both parts and for the back, because that's I'm gonna use for the back and whatever is left over here. So hopefully it's all still gonna work out. So like they say, measure twice, cut once, or something like that. So now the piece that I messed up, I measured too short for the front fenders. I'm actually gonna use it over here in the back. So that's gonna be all the way lined up over here, and I think I'm just gonna cut it up over here by the window and leave it as it is. I'm not gonna go up here, I'm not gonna cover up this, because I mean, all of this is a very thin pieces. First of all, I don't think I'm gonna have enough for that, nor this is, I mean, yes, it gets scratched as well, but I may leave this like that, maybe not, I don't know. But if I leave it like that, over time these pieces, they just gonna rip because they're too skinny. So I'm just gonna cut it like that by the window. Alright guys, and this side is done as well. I'm not listing any measurements because pretty much all you have to do is just kind of do it yourself, kind of try to get the measurements right, which is gonna be for you or not. But this is how it looks. Now I had to make a cutout over here and two cutouts over here, so it kind of bends. I mean, if you drive on a highway with this definitely gonna fly off, but on a trail this should be fine. Just gotta make sure you position it right so no dirt goes under. But this is done, and this side, because I have a snorkel, I had to make a bigger cutout over here, but this is done as well. So this is how it looks. Maybe good, maybe not, but this is it. Now for the back pieces over here on the other side, I may not use anything. I may put a couple little pieces here, but we'll see. As the time goes by, I'm probably gonna figure out whether it's worth of using it over here or not, but we'll see. So now I'm gonna work a little bit on a container where I'm gonna store it, and then we're gonna take it off the trail and test it. So now while I'm in the middle of one project, paint is drying, I cannot work with that, so not to waste any time, I'm gonna continue working on another project. My idea to store those aluminum covers is to use this 4-inch PVC pipe. I picked up these ends, so this is gonna go on one end, and this is gonna be in here with the cover, so this can be screwed on and off. Now this is exactly 24 inch, that's exactly the length of the covers, but since we have these two ends, this I can put it halfway in, and this one can be halfway in, or this actually can go all the way in, doesn't matter. That way I can get all the way to 27 inches in there, which might be even too much. So I can squeeze it in more, and you can glue this, but I'm probably not gonna glue it yet because it sits pretty snug in there. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So now I'm gonna try to roll the magnets and see if I can slide it inside there. Gonna start carefully rolling it up. Okay, so now after multiple attempts I was able to roll it. The best way to roll it is either one by one or two at a time, not all of them at once. But now let's go and see if it's actually gonna fit inside the pipe. Alright, let's see if it fits. Stop resisting, and it doesn't fit. Okay. It does not fit, guys.
A few moments later.
And as you can see, all of them, they fit in here, all for the exception of these two parts. This one and that one, they don't fit. I mean, if I try to roll it tighter, maybe they will fit, which honestly, this was not part of the plan anyways. The main concern was this, and especially the main concern is the doors and the fenders. This one, they don't really get scratched as much. Besides that, whenever I go off-roading, I'm probably gonna run the cables over here anyways to protect the windshield and this, so maybe in the end this is not even necessary, so that's not gonna go in there. But the important and the main pieces, they all fit in here. Now when I carry it inside, I'm probably gonna keep it in here. I'm not gonna keep this in the truck 24/7. No, this is not gonna stay here in the truck all the time, only whenever I go out on the trail, because it's pretty heavy. Why carry extra weight? So whenever I'm gonna have it with me, I either gonna keep it in here and secure it to these two legs with two of the straps, or depending on where I'm gonna have inside, I'm gonna secure it to here. Either way, it's gonna work. But other than that, the storage solution is done for it. So now just gotta test it, gonna put them on, gonna hit the trail and see how is it gonna be staying when there is dirt, mud and water and branches. Alright guys, so I have my magnet armor on. I don't know yet how I'm gonna call this, but I guess you can call it a magnet armor or something. So I got it over here on some trail, gonna try to see how is it gonna be against the branches, and all I'm gonna do is just grab some branches and drag it along the side of the truck. I'm gonna test it out, but I feel pretty confident that it should protect it. Also, I actually had it on while driving here. They did not come off. Another thing, as you can see, it's raining today, so I'm gonna drive it in the mud to see if it's gonna affect it. But some parts like this over here, I'm afraid that the dirt might get in there, so I have to do some kind of adjustments, maybe, or at least maybe something like that. But hopefully it's all gonna be all right. The only things I was concerned while driving this part, because the airflow gets in here and this might get pulled off. I'm not concerned about the doors, those sticks pretty good. So you probably can drive with the doors on, but not the fenders, because this might actually come off on a highway. So I would rather take them off, and yeah, I'm not gonna drive right through the bushes right away. But I think if I get a stick like that, as you can see, it's a lot of pretty sharp, pretty stiff branches, and if I try to drag it along, I mean, as you can see over here, actually I went across and you can see a little bit of white spot over there, but over here, if I go like this and then I peel this off, there is nothing on the door except for those scratches, but that's all scratches, don't pay attention to that. But this, I feel like this is working pretty good, guys. So if I peel this off, again, this is all scratches and this is new scratches, but there is nothing on the door. So this is actually working pretty good. I feel like this was pretty good idea. So I mean, look, I'm scratching it pretty good. You're not gonna, of course, gonna go like this on anywhere, but look, peel it off and there is nothing over there except for the old scratches. So I think that part actually worked out pretty good. But now I'm gonna continue driving on the trail, gonna drive through some mud. I'm gonna throw a lot of mud on it and see if by kicking mud over here it's gonna try to take it off, but we'll see. Okay guys, as you can see, I've been driving through some mud and some puddles, and as you can see, the magnet armor is still there. It did not come off or anything. Even on the fenders over here, I was afraid that the door is gonna keep pushing in there, but no such thing. It's still there, at least on this side. Let me check the other side. Yeah, sure enough, everything's still here. So that's pretty good. Now, of course, once you have it on, you cannot just take it off and put it inside. Maybe if you have some extra storage, but it's something to consider, that you may have to clean it before you take it off. Alright guys, I had a lot of fun over here. As you can see, the truck is extremely dirty. I gotta wash all of it now. That's always fun, but I think those side magnets are actually worth it, and they actually work. If you want to try to save your truck's side paint, doors or whatnot, I think it's worth it. If you don't care about it, then it's easier. You don't have to worry about putting them on, taking them off, cleaning them and stuff like that, and keep them in the storage somewhere. But in my case, and in case of my friend, I think it's worth it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be very happy to hear that as well. So as always, I'm gonna leave all the links in the description in case you guys want to check this out, in case you guys want to get it as well. I mean, it's not bad to have it, I guess. So on this note, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.
One eternity later.
Hi guys, it's actually been quite some time since I did my side armor, and as you can see, it looks a little bit different now. It's all dirty, even though I washed it. But also, since I collected a bunch of stickers over time, I figured out why not to put them there, and they actually stick in there. They don't really come off for the most part, so that kind of gives the truck a little bit more, maybe like I don't know, maybe a little bit of a cool factor when I drive on a trail with all those stickers. And yeah, for the most part, that's what I run. These parts over here I no longer keep with me, because that's not a whole lot to cover there. I still keep these parts and I put them on sometimes, but for the most part, like I said, this is what I keep. And yeah, I didn't put them straight right now just to show you guys, but I put them on, and yeah, they stay in place, no problem. Just be careful as you drive on a trail, because of this gap over here from the tires, you get the dirt in there, so don't make sure it's all clean there when you put it. But I power wash them all the time, and yeah, like I said, the stickers don't come off. And yeah, I think it's pretty good.